Okay, so the title of this video, as you can see, is The Secret to Getting Lean is There Is No Secret. And what do I mean by that? What I mean by that is there is no diet, there is no fad diet, there is no type of eating, there is no eating window, there is no fasting, there is no restrictive diets, there is nothing like that that you can do to get you lean. The only thing that you can do to get you lean and to get you aesthetic is this. You have to track all your foods, you have to weigh all your foods, and you have to eat in a deficit. And the deficit that you eat in is based upon what body fat percentage you are at the time. So when I started this journey, I was like 240 pounds, 35% body fat. Now, almost 5 months later, I'm 175 at 13.8% body fat. My V-taper starting to come in, my top 4 abs show. I got vascularity in my obliques, I have vascularity in my legs, I have vascularity in my arms, and I have vascularity in my lower stomach. All that is signs that I'm going in the right direction. Now what I do is this. I live a very active lifestyle. What I mean by that is I lift heavy and I lift hard 5 days out of the week. I get 20 to 25K steps every day, and I walk on a treadmill for 30 minutes to an hour at least 4 to 5 times a week at a 12 incline at 3.2 miles per hour. By doing all of those things, and I do my abs also twice a week too. By doing all of those things, what you'll do is you will work your way to an athletic physique. The other thing is you have to be very, very, very patient in this. It's not going to happen overnight. It's not going to happen in 2 weeks. You got to realize that you have been eating and having cheat days your whole life. So if you think you're going to have cheat days and cheat meals and all that kind of stuff and get the physique you want, you're cooked already. There's nothing there. You can't do any of that and become lean. It's not going to happen. Another thing is, one thing that you can't do, you can't eat takeout, you can't eat fast food. Most of all, you have to weigh all your foods, like I said, track all your foods, and you have to prep all your foods. So what I do is I eat basically the same thing every day. I eat 93.7 lean ground beef, I eat potatoes, I eat sweet potatoes, I got dimetized protein powder, 110 calories, dimetized 110. I use unsweetened almond milk. I eat frozen strawberries, frozen bananas, PB Fit powder, Quest chips, rice cakes, fruits and vegetables, and I try to stay in a deficit right now to lose between 0.25 pounds of fat to 0.5 pounds of fat a week. The reason why I slowed my fat loss down a whole lot is because I wanted my muscle mass to continue to gain while I lose fat, so I don't look flat whenever I get to the point where I get to 10%. Now with my body structure and my genetics, I hold a lot of fat at my lower belly. So I realized that even if I get to 10%, I still may have to get a little bit lower to have a complete aesthetic physique. So my plan is I'm going to get there. I'm going to try to stay there for a little while and see how I feel. But the thing about it is none of this has to do with anything about the way that you feel. Once you get to the body fat percentage you want to be at, then you can eat at maintenance, or you can even continue to work and eat a little bit more, and you will continue to gain muscle while you're at your body fat percentage. Because the thing about this is, if you're not ready to be uncomfortable, this is not going to work for you. If you're not ready to be hungry sometimes and not be able to eat, this is not going to work for you. If you're not dedicated to going to the gym 5 days a week and progressively overloading and lifting weights as hard as you can, this is not going to work for you. If you're not planning on getting at least 10,000 steps a day, this is not going to work for you. So what I would suggest is follow the program that many, many people have done before. Eat in a calorie deficit, track all your foods, weigh all your foods, eat the same foods over and over and over. Don't eat any takeout. Eat whole foods, and not only will you become better looking, your health will be better too, because I got my health markers done, and my health markers from 6 months ago, my triglycerides were high, my A1C was high, and everything was basically chopped. And then 6 months later, I got my blood work done again like a month ago, and everything was absolutely perfect. So you don't only want to get yourself in shape just to look aesthetic, you want to get yourself in shape for longevity. Because I'm 45 years old, and I did damage to my body for 45 years. So I know that I already did so much damage to my body already that I need to do as much good things for my body to get longevity out of it. Another thing is to don't worry about money so much. Everybody's so worried about money and getting money and having money and buying things and doing all these materialistic things to compensate for not having a good physique. But if you get a good physique and you get yourself healthy, you will add so many years of money making years on your life that it's not going to matter how much money you're making right now. You're going to be able to make money for a long time with your body being in shape and being healthy. You know, and money doesn't bring happiness. Materialism doesn't bring happiness. Buying things doesn't bring happiness. Having a bunch of chicks doesn't bring happiness. What brings happiness to me and to many other people is making goals, staying consistent, sticking to your plan, and reaching your goals. And then once you reach your goals, you have to have short-term and long-term goals. Once you start reaching your goals, you become more confident in yourself because you know you can keep commitments to yourself. And when you keep commitments to yourself, a lot of people start this journey because they want more females. I understand that. You want to become more attractive because females ain't giving you no play. You're not getting no choosing signals. You're not getting no genuine desire from women. But what will happen is, I'm going to tell you this. The longer you do this, you'll worry less and less about females because you'll start to realize that most females are degenerates. They party all the time. They don't align with what you're trying to do, and you're going to eliminate a bunch of them, and you're not even going to want to deal with them in any capacity. Because like anybody else, you know, I wanted to become more attractive. I wanted to do all this and everything, and I was doing it for the wrong reason in the beginning. But now that I'm doing it for the right reason, I'm starting to see like none of that stuff really matters, man. The only thing that really matters is how you feel about yourself, and the only person you're competing with is competing against yourself. Because comparison is the blocker of all joy. I don't compare myself to people in the gym because some people in the gym are on steroids. Some people been working out forever. Some people been grinding and locked in forever. So I can't expect to have the physique that they have in 5 months that they've been working on for 10, 12, 20 years. So all I'm going to say is this. Lock in, commit, do the stuff that you need to do, and I promise you within 6 months you'll see your life transform. And I would like to hear back from y'all whenever that happens, how you feel at that point. That's all I got. Peace.